So I hope you like the intro. I am in Verdun. That's Nuns Island on the other side. Let me just adjust this a bit. And I'm trying some new video settings, 60 frames a second. I've reduced the ISO to 400. And I just dropped my new e-bike because of the wind. It's a very light bike. So it's not like my electric moped. It is a Jetson Bolt, top speed 25 kilometers an hour, though I'm heavy, so it seems to be going slower. And it's slightly uncomfortable now that I've ridden it for about 500 meters. But it's a short distance e-bike. It has no pedals, no chain. You can fold the this to make it take less space, and there's a handle over here, but I need to change some things on it. For example, the seat is too close to the pedals for my height. I'm 6 foot tall, so I need to find something that brings the seat back a bit, but at the same time the problem is that these are a bit too much forward, the handles, and I would rather them be further back, maybe by rotating the angle of this thing to point backwards instead of forward. I'll have to have fun modifying it. It comes with an app that doesn't work, and there's many reviews online about the app that says, what the fuck is this? It has a 1.8 star rating on the Google Play Store, but the app is not the point, the bike is the point. It's also the fact that because it's smaller wheels and the handlebar is kind of like very stiff, short, it's really tough to describe, but I don't have as much stability. I easily take a wrong, wiggle when I turn. So I'm gonna ride it as far as I can, probably to a metro station or a subway station or tube, as some of them call it. And because it's so small with a foldable handlebar, I can carry it easily on the public transport, and I'm not doing rush hour, so I'm allowed to bring it on public subways. And that's it. Let's go for a ride. So whenever I take one of my hands off the steering wheel, easily I lose my balance. It's really a two-hand system, being so compact. It doesn't have enough, I don't know what to say, center of mass to keep it stable. I don't think it's designed for stability or long distance. 25 kilometer range, 25 kilometers an hour, so you can only ride it for about an hour. There's a cruise control button, but it doesn't seem to work if it even is cruise control. So I have to hold the throttle down, which is a bit annoying. I have no rear view mirror, so I really have to get used to looking back behind me now again. I got so used to my electric moped with the mirrors that I didn't have to look anywhere. I'm not gonna take any hills, any steep inclines, because I'm just gonna drain the battery like mad. And I need to adjust the brake, which is just a single brake, and it's a rear brake, so it's the back wheel that brakes. It's a disc brake, but this is a second-hand bike, and it has not been used in a while, so it needs some adjustment. I think the brakes are a bit too loose. I think they need to be cleaned, and I think some wheel alignment in the back is necessary. Even in the front, I'm seeing it wiggle. And I haven't really checked the tire pressure, which may make a big difference as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
the 4 bars that seem to indicate the battery is kind of weird. It's jumping between 4, 3, and 2 bars. And when I hold it down completely, it looks like the more you're draining the battery, the lower the amount of bars. I've actually dropped down to 1 bar already. I haven't done that many kilometers. It may be because the battery hasn't been used in a long time that it's not keeping a charge. I may have to change the battery on this thing. And I'm actually gonna head towards a metro station instead. See, now I jump back to 3 bars. And what I was swallowing earlier, now it's down to 1 bar, up to 2. It's indecisive. So, making my way to a subway station to make it home, because I live about 18, 19 kilometers from here. So I have to survive the trip. I don't want to be walking all that distance. Yeah, luckily it's free. My sister doesn't use it, then she gave it to me. And well, it's not for tall people. It's not for long distances. Also, I don't have enough natural padding on my behind, so I always need extra padding on seats, and this one, I think it's missing some. In my case, for me at least. I could just imagine if you're a short person having to extend your arms a lot, because I have to extend my arms a lot, and I'm 6 foot tall. Find the right posture for this thing. On a moped or scooter, or the one I have, you have to sit up straight. Looks like this one you have to lean forward more. But I don't like leaning forward. So if I'm not throttling entirely, I'm at 3 bars. It is new. I have to get used to all these different types of indications. There's a light, a front light. There's a ringer, old school bike bell. So, got the Atwater Aqueduct. Purify a lot of the drinking water here. And I'm heading towards Atwater Tunnel, which passes under the Lachine Canal. Considering what I'm on, I'm gonna sticking to the sidewalks, and I'm gonna have to get off of it at some point. There's no indicator of how much battery I have left. I did these bar systems. I don't think it actually has anything to do with the battery. If it does, it's completely reversed of what normal people do. And it keeps changing. So blocking the entire sidewalk is the smartest move from public utilities workers. Here's Atwater Tunnel. Gonna turn on the light. I noticed that the light was not very bright. I'm wearing sunglasses, but even then you should see something, and I couldn't see very much of the light. Also noticed there's a lack of reflectors on this thing. There's no real rear reflector. I have trouble talking. So it's something to add to it. Strips of reflective things, maybe some LED lights on independent batteries or something. I have to do some research about it to make this bike road safe, especially if it's later at night. Passing by the Atwater Market, that's not quite yet open yet. And I'm noticing the handle is sliding, so it's not tight on the throttle itself. It keeps moving. This thing here. Let me turn it off. See how it easily slides? Because the cruise control isn't working, I'm constantly pulling on it, but it's constantly turning my hand. The other one's holding well, but this one seems to slide off, slide back on. Maybe some glue. Super glue, make it hold. We don't have long to go. So I'm gonna end the video here for now. I'm gonna walk the rest of the way to the metro station. And first impressions, so-so. Not the most comfortable ride for a tall person. Not the most stable ride, especially if you take one arm off. And we'll see. I gotta give it a chance. Some modifications to do to really make it more comfortable for me and safe. So I'll see everyone later.